This is a Samsung Galaxy Watch 4. In this review, I'll detail my thoughts on what is arguably the best smartwatch on the market right now. Featuring smarts from Google and Samsung, packed into a sharp design, great software and almost magical health sensor suite. This is my Galaxy Watch 4 and welcome to my long-term review of it. G'day and welcome, my name's Chris and I cover technologies like smartwatches, electric vehicles and more from an Australian perspective. If you're new, please subscribe, it really does support the channel. I've been a smartwatch fan for years, from the Pebble in 2012, TicWatch Pro review here if you want to see what tickled my fancy in 2018. And for a few years between, I wore Samsung Gear S2 with its revolutionary rotating bezel. For reference, I've tried Apple's smartwatch and for many years believed it to be the best watch due to its OS, crown and ecosystem. But this watch, the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4, not only surpassed it with its looks, feel and software implementation, but also beat it with an awesome set of health tracking tools. Now, there's a debate that will rage in the comments below, and that's about whether a watch should be round or square or something in between. And yes, before we had smartwatches, we had all these choices and more. For me, I like mine round, and I get that having a square or rectangular face enables more screen real estate for messages, but when you've got a gorgeous design like the Galaxy Watch 4 and hands circling a central point, it just makes sense. And be on a squarish crowd, how often do you scroll through a message anyway? So one of the reasons I've never gone back to Apple despite them offering a great operating system is because of the look of it. If they brought out a round one for version 8, I might jump ship. But then again, Google Pixel Watch is just around the corner in September, October. So I'll wait till then before deciding upon my next smartwatch purchase. The Watch 4 feels familiar, sans no rotating bezel. If you want that addictive interface method, you can spend a bit more money and opt for the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic. But from someone who loved the click and feel of the Gear S2, this design doesn't miss out on it. Rather, you get used to running your finger around the edge to quickly shift between notifications and frequently accessed information. More on this soon, but first, can I just say, this watch ticks a lot of boxes for me. From its thin casing to its beautiful, almost full screen display, the Watch 4 is one of the best looking smartwatches out there. That 1.4 inch Super AMOLED is bright and crisp, running at 450 by 450 pixels. Text, graphics and importantly numbers are easy to read with thanks to its industry-leading pixel density of 330 per inch. That just beats out Apple's Watch 7 by a whisker. The Samsung Watch 4 casing is nice and thin at 9.8mm tall. If you opt for the Classic with its rotating bezel, that increases to 11mm, and for me, that height and bulk plus the way it wore on my wrist was a big no from me. So if you're going to buy one, do yourself a favor and go to a store and try it on first. If you want a smaller watch, you can buy the 1.2 inch version, which reduces pixel count to 396 by 396 and casing to 40.4mm versus 44-ish for this one. Those familiar with previous Galaxy watches and the Tizen operating system, you'll be pleased to know that it's now been scrapped and remade with Google Wear OS under the hood. This is a blessing on many levels. You see, as much as I love the interface and design of yesteryear, the primary reason I moved from the Gear S2 and purchased the TicWatch Pro was because of Samsung's Tizen OS. A bespoke operating system with a lot of developers and watch face designers ignoring it. It always felt lacking, restricted and got me frustrated. I would see a nice watch face on Wear OS and I'd try to find it on Gear S2, no. From outward appearances, it looks and feels like Tizen OS, with quick access to settings, notification, apps and tiles. It's really fast, and watches like Apple and other Android smartwatches can't even approach its simple yet sophisticated user interface. Enjoying a cool winter's day in Melbourne and someone just messaged you? Swipe your finger to the right to reveal notifications to the left. Want to know your heart rate or weather in the next few hours? Swipe left to bring quick access tiles with things like workouts, alarms, calendars and more. Need to launch an awesome mix from Spotify? Swipe upwards to open the app drawer. Or to customize the Watch 4, swipe down. In here you've got customizable access to sound, on or off, do not disturb, movie mode, sleep, brightness, and more. It's these simple swipes along with running your finger around the edge of the screen that makes navigating through various functions quick and easy. Add to that 2 hard buttons for multiple choices like return to home, power, back, Google or Bixby Assistant, Google Pay. It's what every smartwatch maker needs to do with user interface with just one button or one tap away from whatever you need. Paying for coffees? Easy. Either use Google Pay or Samsung Wallet. Got a burning question or want to instruct your phone to do something? Easy done. Just press and hold the power button to bring up your assistant. Or to return home, simply press the home key or press the back button depending on how deep you are in menus. I should note that when I first got the Samsung Watch 4, Google Assistant wasn't available, nor was right wrist wearing for lefties like me, and maybe like you. But thankfully, because Google and Samsung are working together on the software experience, they've added them to the watch, which makes it the best option for your wrist right now. The Galaxy Watch 4 packs a 3-in-1 health sensor suite for measuring heart rate, taking ECGs, body composition, and oxygen saturation. Samsung was the first major developer to offer biological impedance. That means not only water composition, fat percentage, and other embarrassing stuff I'm not going to be sharing with you on YouTube. Its heart rate and oxygen sensor run all day and seem pretty accurate. When it comes to battery life, the Samsung Watch 4 is pretty good. From day 0, I wore it all day, using always on display mode because first and foremost, it's a watch and I don't want to do an over-the-top arm gesture just to wake the watch up. The Watch 4 will deliver notifications, calls, and more throughout a busy workday. At night, battery would be about 30 to 40%, and I wore it to bed to test out its sleep sensors. By morning, battery would be about 20%, and a quick charge whilst getting breakfast and ready for the day, and within 30 to 40 minutes, it'll be near full again, ready to face another day. That means it truly will last you 24 hours plus some before wanting to go into the energy saving mode. Basically, display is off unless you press a button and then you can still use it as per normal, or you can even go even further by going to watch only mode, and that would last days, but yeah, it's not a smartwatch anymore, is it? But here's an important issue with this watch, or maybe there's 2 or 3. Yeah, I think there is. Battery life is dependent upon watch face you've chosen, and there's no rhyme or reason for it. All things being equal, think heart rate, geolocation, payments, calls, notifications, usual stuff you would want from any smartwatch. Battery can either be great or just plain bad, depending on watch face. I tend to return to this one with its quick access to functions, multiple colors, and packed with so much information. But when I switch to, say, another Samsung design like this funky simple version, it chews through battery and I need to charge it by bedtime. And no, battery life is also very variable if you run third-party watch faces like Facer. It's maddening and something I don't get. Now, if I've got you worried about battery life, don't be. After more than 9 months of ownership, it still lasts me a full day plus some. That is with the right watch face and always on display, moderate to high use. Regardless of model, be it Watch 4, LT or Classic offerings, battery options come in 2 sizes, either 247 or 361 mAh. Samsung claim all variants can last up to 40 hours, but that would be with display off when it's not required. And the reason it runs so well is due to stacks of onboard memory, 16 gigabytes. That's astonishing. Add to that 1.5 gigs for storing apps and music and whatnot, and you've got a great watch that is perfect for people who like to listen to tunes and work out away from their phone. The built-in microphone and speaker does an okay job for handling voice calls on the watch. In an office or quiet room, its little speaker is serviceable in most situations. But in a crowded coffee shop, well, first of all, I wouldn't use a speaker for calls in any situation like this, nor would I expect a smarter system to be able to single out my voice in a noisy environment either. If you get it wet, it's water resistant to 50 meters and IP68 rated. The watch can also run a water clear out mode to vibrate the speaker and help it dry faster. The Samsung Watch 4 has and continues to be a great smartwatch. With its myriad of sensors, clever operating system, class-leading user interface, and design that makes others look so 2015. Sure, battery life can be a problem with the wrong watch face. The The classic versions aren't for everybody's wrists, and getting watch bands on and off is a pain in the ass. When the next best competitor is from Apple, meaning going iOS live through and through, nothing competes with this for Android users. Hopefully Samsung and Google will sort out its inconsistent battery life. Who knows? But one thing is for sure is that I'll be most interested to see what Google does with the Pixel smartwatch. If it provides features that tie in with my Pixel 6, then awesome, I'll jump to that. But for the moment, the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 has the best software and hardware and provides the best experience I've ever had using Wear OS. Period. And that makes it a must-buy if you want to get the best smartwatch right now. If you've enjoyed this video, please do consider subscribing. It generally does help the channel. And if you want to see more content and behind the scenes and stuff that I just don't show you here on YouTube, join me on Patreon when you get all this and a lot more from as little as $2.50 per month. And as per usual, you be good and you be green.